Meri badwa se mara hai Chamkila has been told to me. In all of the films that I've done with A.R. Rahman, this was the most beautiful.
All of it.
Everything that you hear Pariniti and Diljit sing is actually recorded on set, on the shoot. People love me in Punjab, yaar.
People love you in other states also.
Yeah?
Yeah. Look at Bombay, look Maharashtra. First feeling right now. Sabse top of your mind. What's in the frontal whatever cortex right here?
That we have just made the film.
Yeah.
They have lived the life. That's my first thought.
It really sort of hits you like a pile of bricks when the credits begin to roll. Even though during the film you have actual footage, photos popping in, popping out, which is a swing to constantly remind your viewer that these are real people you're watching. This really happened. So talk to me about that, because we are talking about this feeling of realizing that these people lived the life. The stylistic choice of putting the footage in the photos, beech mein bar Chamkila and Amarjot dono ke.
Yeah, that's true, because the significance of the life they live, the number of hours they spend in that life is much more than these 2 hours, 19 minutes. And no matter what me and Sylvester and A.R. Rahman and Irshad must have done, there's so much more that goes through the life of a real artist who's living in these times, who is just guilty of being in love with music, with art. And today when I was watching the film, and it's very rarely that a filmmaker gets to watch his own film, because usually he's working on it, and that's not the same as viewing it. Today, thanks to Mami, I got the chance of watching the whole film. This has happened only one time in my life before. So thank you very much for that. And when I was watching the film, I was constantly thinking of Chamkila. And you know, before the film show started, we were talking about, there are so many people over here. It is more than houseful. And then I thought to myself, why won't it happen? चमकीले का एक भी गाना ऐसा नहीं है जो हिट नहीं है. चमकीले का एक भी अखाड़ा ऐसा नहीं है जो ओवरफुल नहीं हुआ. वो कोठा ढाव कलाकार है. ये उसकी फिल्म है. इसमें भी हाउसफुल होना था. So it is really owing to him. I really felt that there is some spirit, which is the spirit that is the hit spirit. वो आता है तो लोग आते हैं. So Chamkila is that. All of us are just lucky to have borne this story to you.
You know, but having said that, Imtiaz, this is not a hagiography. Like, this is not, you're not just eulogizing this man. You're not shying away from showing there's flawed aspects to his life as well. He wasn't perfect. Human beings are complex. We're all complex people. And there's, everyone interprets life and ways to live life in a different way. Now, you've written this film with Sajid, with your brother. Sajid is here in the audience as well.
Stand up, Sajid. Sajid wrote the first screenplay, and I wanted him to direct it actually initially. And then eventually it so happened that I directed it.
Sare Laila Majnu fans jaake chipak jao Sajid se. Now, when you were writing this with Sajid, was this clear from the very start that this wasn't just going to be a hagiography? This is going to be about a real human person who had these flaws as well, that seeped into his art in a manner of speaking as well?
Yeah, sure. In fact, the reason for making this film is actually explained in the song Ishq Mitai. The fact that, you know, sometimes you have a mixture of opposites. Punjab is such. I feel that there has been so much bloodshed, but there has been so much to celebrate in Punjab as well at the same time, you know. There is so much spirituality and love and all the Heer Ranjha and Soni Mahiwal and what have you. And since the time of Alexander, heads have also been rolling. There's always, constantly, if you see, there's some or the other problem and violence.
Turmoil.
Turmoil, and at the same time, in any radio channel, you will see that most of the songs that are playing, even in Bangalore and Chennai, are Punjabi songs for some reason, you know.
Correct.
So that mixture of opposites was seen most effectively in Chamkila's life, where he had so much success, he had unprecedented reaction, but also he had so much threat and so much, and of course there's violence that took his life from him. So I was trying to go into the heart of that what is it that makes something so glamorous and at the same time so explosive and dangerous.
Yeah. What drew you to Chamkila in the first place? And then I want to go into what research, how many years of research, and what is the weirdest place you went to do your research and got some like strange stories out of? What drew you to Chamkila to begin with?
The fact that he was so popular in the grassroots. You know, I've said it before that all of us that live in cities are often disconnected from the grassroots. You know, we sometimes while looking out of the window seat of the train, you feel, क्या है यार वहाँ पे? और हम कितनी दूर हैं उस चीज से?
मैं इम्तियाज अली की हीरोइन हूँ ऐसे खिड़की से बाहर ट्रेन में बैठ के, मेरे को तो वही वाइब्स आती हैं।
है ना? ठीक है। This was that's what drew me. That ये जो है ये एकदम जिसको हम third tier 3 tier 4 बोलते क्या बोलते मोहित ऐसा कुछ आप the last classification बेचारे जो गांव वाले लोग होते हैं जिनको हम देखते भी नहीं बिकॉज वो कोका कोला नहीं पी रहे होते उनकी क्या जिंदगी होती है हाउ डू दे गेट एंटरटेन्ड एंड व्हाट इज हाउ डज someone entertain them in such a big way that it becomes that big a wave that makes the highest record selling artist of Punjab. What the hell is that? इसके पास कुछ था जो हमेशा चलता था. Not one song of his has not been a hit, as I said. What did he have that people were seeking so badly? That is what drew me to him.
Fascinating. Now, there's so much research in this film, so much. You know, Chamkila has been written about a lot, and there have been movies and films and you know, lots of literature. But like, there's still like nuggets of information. Like, I had no idea that Amitabh Bachchan bit. For Amitabh Bachchan, there were these many seats, but for Chamkila, there were thousands extra seats that they had to put in, which is just a small part of all the other incredible stuff that happened in his life. So, talk to me about the research. How long did that take, and where did you go to get these information? Did you find things that were not easily available?
I met these people. These, you see Kikkar and Sivya and Tikki and Charanjit Ahuja, who's the recordist. I went and met them.
Amazing.
Of course, I met Gurmail Kaur and all of these people. I met them, I spoke to them, and I spoke to them again, and I spoke to them the third time, because none of them came across as an extremely truthful person either. So you had to go and meet them again and again and ask the same questions again and again and see what the answers are. Answers would be different, but the overlapping part of the answers was the truth.
So you have like a chart, okay, usne abhi yesterday he said this, today he's saying this.
Kind of, mentally. So I met many of these people because, you know, 36 years have gone by.
Yep.
And they don't remember it very well, but they know that you've come from Bombay to solicit some information. So they want to tell you, they want to impress you.
The juiciest
the
stories.
Juiciest stories, etc. So I knew that I had to weed out. So that was really what the research was for me, for Sajid before me, and everybody. That you go and talk to these people who are a part of the drama. And there are many lines that are in the film, I realize, that they have said directly to me. Meri badwa se mara hai Chamkila has been told to me. Right? उस दिन मुझे समझ में आ गया कि चमकीला पागल हो गया है. उसके अंदर से डर निकल गया है, मरा हुआ आदमी है, ये चलती हुई लाश है, ऐसा ढक्कन has told me. You know, so all of these nuggets come into the film. And of course there is background research, and of course there's research not only on Chamkila but on period and so many other things.
Yeah. Has Chamkila's family seen this? Have you been in touch with them?
We are in touch with them. They'll be here shortly. They'll watch the film with us on the 11th.
How nice. So they haven't really seen the film quite yet.
They've seen bits and pieces. They've been on the shoot. They know the story.
My favorite sequence, as I'm sure you'll read in when people start talking about the film as well, is Narm Kalja. And it's not just my favorite sequence, it's my favorite song. And I love that you cut away from the action for an entire sequence. Like, we did not bothered with kya ho raha hai. We're just looking at these women and the songs of these women and where these songs come from. My husband is not from India, and I was explaining to him what these songs are. Lady Sangeet kya hota hai? And why these songs are sexual in nature. Because, you know, various reasons. This is how women imparted knowledge for the lack of written word, and we weren't really allowed to write all of these things down. So
mostly they were just having fun.
Made up naughty songs for each other. Talk to me about finding the stories and songs that you found that are not necessarily Chamkila songs as well, but like songs of India, of Punjab.
Yeah, you must have noticed that all the Shadi Sangeets and the really extremely popular cultural folk songs in many places in India and perhaps even abroad tend to be a little bold, tend to be a little vulgar. Raunchy, yeah. And mostly women sing these songs. And in Punjab, I obviously came to know that there are these songs that some of them are actually sampled over here before Naram Kalja, where women for 100 years or more have been singing these songs in Bihar, in various other places. You know, in Tamil Nadu, Rahman sir said that there are songs like this. In almost every Bengal, almost every culture has that. And one would think these are very popular and these have survived forever. I also came to know in my research that Chamkila was very popular among women. And that was very intriguing for me.
Love that.
And there's this guy, Darshan Aulak, who was the captain of the Bhangra team in the 80s. So he was allowed to go into the girls' hostel. So this guy who was helping us in the film, he said, जब मैं girls' hostel में जाता था, तो वहाँ hostel के अंदर रात को सिर्फ चमकीले के टेप बजा करते थे. लड़कियाँ सिर्फ चमकीला सुन रही होती थी. So, you know, I started thinking, what is the connection over here? And then you stumble upon this thing that actually what he's saying, and the way he's saying it is much like Lady Sangeet. So that was what led us to Naram Kalja.
I love how much agency Lady Sangeet functions have. Like, men are not allowed, you stay out and we're going to sing and dance and talk about sex.
But I'm very glad you liked our item number. It features 300 hot, sexy girls and women of all ages from Punjab.
Dengar, dengar. And like singing to the camera, singing to the audience. Like, we are here, deal with it.
That was Rahman sir's idea.
Oh, yeah?
Right in Baja. When actually we had the first few sittings, he was like, how do we make this special? And you and I are doing a film together, why?
Why not?
What can we do? So then he came up with this idea about musical theatre, like in the West. And I really latched on to that and I developed it a lot because I knew that the audience that comes to watch the film would not have heard anything about Chamkila. I was assuming that people come in with zero information about Chamkila. Now, it was our responsibility to inform them in the best way possible, as early as possible in the film, who he was, what people said, the whole context, the whole legend of Chamkila, so to speak. So then this musical theatre idea came handy for me in Baja Baja to give the audience a full range of what people were talking about Chamkila and what the truth could be. And then you start the film. That, and then we wanted to do it 3 times. But then we wanted something in the end as well. Naram Kalja, and then we wanted in the end a 3rd song where people are talking to the audience. But there was already Bida Karo. And there was already, in the end, Pehle Lalkare, which is the original song. We couldn't have had a 3rd song, so we just let it be.
Matlab, we have to stop somewhere, Imtiaz. But Vida Karo already is a favorite. It's so, ye duniya agar mil bhi jaye to kya hai coded. Was that deliberate between you and Irshad Kamil and A.R. Rahman?
We had a very beautiful making of this. In all of the films that I've done with A.R. Rahman, this was the most beautiful. You know, it's kind of a secret. I'm betraying Rahman sir, but he's not here, so I can say
it's a safe space.
So at night, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock sometime, we were at his studio here in Bombay, and he has a very nice piano because they teach piano over there, the classes. So he said, let's put all the lights off. Let's light candles and diyas. And we did that. And we sat down. There was Irshad, there was me, there was him. He sat on the piano. We were already discussing this situation, and I was trying to tell him what kind of song we're looking for, what the feeling, blah, blah, blah. And he sat, and as I was talking, he started playing on the piano. And there was Hiral. He started playing on the piano, and then this song actually has come out from that jam. By the time he finished jamming on it, some half an hour, 45 minutes of this, Irshad had already written the lines. This is the only time in my working relationship with Irshad that not even one word has been changed. Not an ounce has been shifted. The song basically got over in that magical, surreal experience. 1 hour piano and no electrical lights, only candle lights.
Is that a challenge when you're making a film that's about a musician and there's so many songs that you're taking that already exist and kind of remastering and redoing them in a manner of speaking as well? What is the challenge there then कि हम नए गाने भी बनाएंगे तो उनको वो चमकीला के साउंड के होंगे या चमकीला के साउंड के नहीं होंगे? What was that discussion like?
Actually the challenge is that इतनी music है, जनता पक ना जाए music से.
Ah.
You know that there's so much music, you need relief from music also. So we wanted the music to be such that it had its own relief, in a way, you know. It was important to make songs for us because Chamkila never made a song for himself. He only made songs for the audience, जो उनको पसंद आएगा, right?
Pander करेंगे हम दिल खोल के.
Pander करेंगे तो जनता को जो पसंद आ रहा है. But what happened to him, what he might have felt, what his relationship issues were, what his threat was, you know, all of those things we made songs on, which Rahman composed and Irshad wrote. And
I love that it runs parallelly, almost like a parallel screenplay. There's Chamkila's life, and then there's Rahman's album that's running, which is your commentary on Chamkila's life that is, you know, audible
But
through the
also
music.
there is BGM, which Rahman has done. If you listen attentively, there is a lot that he's actually saying through what he's doing in the background music.
Second viewing में ध्यान देना घर जाके जब Netflix पे देखोगे. You've spoken about this a lot that you A.R. Rahman sent a team on set, on location to record the performance. So everything that we're hearing Parineeti and Diljit Singh, it's all live? All of it?
Everything that you hear Parineeti and Diljit Singh is actually recorded on set on the shoot.
All of it?
All of it.
Wild.
Everything is live recorded. There is Dhiman over here, the sound recordist,
Hi, Dhiman.
the sound engineer. There was Hiral who was missing over here from Rahman's team, who was on location, but Rahman sir kind of engineered this whole thing and was very, like we are very thrilled about the fact, I don't know whether people like it, but we are very thrilled of the fact that it's all live.
I think it works great because it adds this layer of like authenticity to it, which is I think what you're trying to achieve as well. But I feel so bad for your director's assistants because they would have to be so quiet on
Suraj
set.
and Heather, please
is there
stand
DA
up.
team here? AD team?
Yeah, that's
Hats off.
so many things, and so many subtitling ideas, supers, all the crazy stuff like Takta Raha and all that. Chad ja upar baby, all that are his ideas.
So means pin drop silence on the set because you're recording
Oh yeah,
the
that
audio,
is
the
Heather.
singing.
Yeah, but Heather is a rude enough person to manage that. So he did.
There's people here who've made films in their lives, and can you imagine having a set that has pin drop silence?
What was going on is that even if there was no pin drop silence, it was an actual akhada. People who were
Ambience.
there.
Yeah.
Diljit Dosanjh गा रहा है सर आपके सामने. आपने तो देखना ही है ना. और अब अगर आप ताली भी बजाओगे तो ताल में ही बजाओगे. We'll record it.
Incredible.
So that's exactly what was going on. Parineeti is a very good singer. She had to practice a lot because Diljit is like stage ready all the time, no? So Parineeti had to practice and Diljit also practiced a lot, but it was just a live performance. People and even the audience was like, the unit was also thinking that ये तो चल रहा है यार, वो हम देख रहे हैं.
But plus अमरजोत तो गाती भी कौन से स्केल में थी
वो
ना,
बहुत
इतना
बहुत
ऊंचा.
high, very tough for Parineeti. All hats off to her actually.
कैसे कोई मतलब परफॉर्म कर दे. परिणीति और दिलजीत के साथ आपने वर्कशॉप्स किए ये कैरेक्टर्स में आने के लिए, and how many hours of footage is available of these people of these performers that your actors sat and watched?
Actually, there's a lot of footage of Amarjyot and Chamkila singing on akhadas on YouTube. So we obviously have seen everything several times. And then there are people that have private collections. जिसके घर में शादी हुई थी आज से 40 साल पहले तो Chamkila had sung. So we saw all that.
How did you track these people down?
They also
Fred?
tracked us down.
So the word spread that you're
The
making.
word spread. People reached out. People came on the set and, you know, if you guys remember, people came on the set where we were shooting the funeral. That guy came, bichara. We must thank him yaar somehow. And he said, sir, मेरे पास बहुत collection है चमकीले का, आप सब ले लेना. और, you know, people love me in Punjab yaar. They just come out and do all this. So I feel, you know,
People
all
love
this-
you in other states also. In
Yeah?
Yeah. Look at Bombay, look Maharashtra. Everybody's here. You're flirting with the tonality of this film a lot. In the sense, much like the character of Chamkila, the film is also reveling in chaos a little bit because you're switching from sort of documentary style visuals to then your style of filmmaking to still photos to then there's a spliced reel, then there's flashback and current time happening simultaneously. There's text appears on screen, then there's animation, so much animation, then there's dancers, and then they're on fire. So there's a lot of controlled chaos. Talk to me a little bit about that stylistic choice, because it works with the subject, because the subject also reveled in his unpredictabilities. Like, मेरे को नहीं पता मैं कल क्या करूँगा type of thing. So with this film also, like, you never know what the next scene is going to give. Is it going to be an animated scene? Is it going to be a spliced reel moment?
Yeah, I feel that in Chamkila, this is the first real life thing that I've made. But I feel that in the life of a star, there'd always be a personal story which is intense and personal. And there's that larger story which is just the legend of the person, the legend of an Amitabh Bachchan or a, Chamkila in this case.
Yeah.
Which is not necessarily all true either, but uska apna hi logic hota hai.
What is 25 minutes late, guys?
Oh, the next show.
Oh, so they're mad. Oh.
Shall we shut the door?
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, so we were talking about the legend of Chamkila.
Yeah, so to construct the legend of
Mythology of
Chamkila,
Chamkila,
it was very important to use multimedia so that you could kind of stitch it together. It looks bigger than it is. Otherwise, it takes so much screen time if you use only one sort of style, narrative style. So that's why we used multi-style.
हाँ, very good, very nice. मैं तो यहाँ बैठ गया
Carry on.
चौड़े में पूछ रही थी सवाल. Okay, very good. But your editor Aarti Bajaj must have lost her mind.
Aarti is not here now. Yeah,
she must have lost her mind. Like, Imtiaz, have you thought this through? What are you doing?
Yeah, she has lost her mind so many times because she's done various films with me, Yeah. So it's not been good for her in any film.
Yeah.
Like Rockstar, though, she literally thought that everybody has lost their minds. So this one, she was kind of used to losing her mind. So she was fine.
Do we have time to do more questions or not, Abhishek? Yes, no, maybe? Okay, we're going to wrap this up. Are we going to do a question from the audience? No, yes, no, maybe? No. Okay, no questions from the audience. Thank you so much for turning
Thank you
up.
very much for coming. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much.